I just thought that since so many of you are new to this channel, I thought it would be cool to just kind of tell you what's up, if you're interested. So I've been working on a lot, and it's just so much work. The first batch of videos that I made were basically shot like last summer, and it just took forever to like do the animation and to build it into something that I like. The drug discussion itself is just so complex that I feel like I really, there's a need for me to be able to defend myself. So if I make some sort of statement, I definitely want it to be true, and that's why I've been reading shitloads, but sometimes it's almost just so hard to write it all down, to present it in a way that's digestible, that you guys actually want to watch, that I deem important, and that both keeps the critics sort of at bay. I mean, I like positive criticism, but there's a lot of people that just, you know, they just spout insults about me being a junkie or whatever, which is far from the truth. And so maybe through just videos like this, where I just kind of try to tell you what's going on, you get a little bit more insight in actually who I am and what I do. Living here in the Netherlands has given me, I think, a very unique perspective. We don't go after users, but this country still goes after producers. And if you look at what internationally the political situation is right now, it seems that in best case scenario, that will be the future of drug policy for the next years to come. And we have had that policy here for 30 years. Like, everybody's constantly saying like, oh, you shouldn't go after users anymore, and we need healthcare for these people, etc. We have that. We have that here in Holland. For 30 years we had it. And it's great, of course, I'm all for it, but on the other hand, the war on drugs will keep on continuing as long as you don't regulate production in some sort of way. I think it's ridiculous that there is a large part of the population that wants to do something that is constantly breaking the law, and you can say like, oh well, we'll be tolerant and look the other way and help you in case you get in trouble. But I also think that there needs to be some sort of solution for production as well, because we still spend 1 billion, at least this country. I mean, we're not a big country, and but 1 billion on a population of 17 million is a lot of money. So we spend 1 billion in fighting production still, even cannabis and MDMA and all those things that so many people here in this country use. We're still trying to eradicate it, and I think it's futile, because what I have seen happening here in the Netherlands, that eradication and that war, basically, the war on drugs, becomes hidden from sight. Because it's no longer against the common people, it's just against a selective few, but that war is still very intense. One of the reasons I'm actually doing this video right now is because I was working on a video that was supposed to come out today, but it's just so much more work than I thought it would be. It's about a guy who has 60 types of drugs at home. He's a psychonaut and very much involved with the whole designer drugs scene, or research chemicals, whatever you want to call it. And I wanted to do that video right as well. Like, I want to make him anonymous but still fun to look at. So, you know, we're working on this mask that we motion track. So that he is both anonymous but it's still fun to look at. But we also made like a second set of videos already. I mean, we shot them, but right now we're editing them, and I really just don't like how I look in those videos. One is about how Holland fixed its heroin problem, and it's a problem that we solved about 30 years ago. And there are nuances between, of course, between how it is in the United States and how it is here, but I think it perfectly shows like the cultural difference that we have with the United States when it comes to drug policy. The other one is about how weed is actually regulated in the Netherlands. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a series on Amsterdam, because you can get mushrooms here, you can get weed here, of course. I thought that maybe it would be like an interesting series. Let me know what you think about it. Videos you might have seen about LSD and about alcohol, I shot those last summer together with Jona. Jona is the guy I basically do this channel with, but he does all the animations, and I talk to him about, you know, policy, and, you know, whenever we get caught up about how many victims the drug war knows, then, you know, we call each other up and, you know, we talk about the whole issue. Then another thing is I've been co-producing an episode for Wiedecat for Vice. It should be coming out in like 6 weeks or something. It's about Amsterdam. I had a blast making it, so we had a whole team from America coming over here. I'm also going to the UN next month. So I just booked my ticket to New York. I just emailed the Secretary of Health of the Netherlands to be able to talk to him. Because on one hand, I'm sort of like a journalist who tries to stay in touch with like activists and talk to people like you just on YouTube and stay well connected to like what's going on the ground. But I also think it's important that I stay in touch with the powers that be. But I do think that after studying drug policy for a couple of years now, I think it's just there are too many things left unresolved. Well, we are so far from an actual solution. A lot of people here in my country ask me why I actually do this topic at all, because the stigma is so high, and you know, people look at me instantly as some sort of drug user who just wants to get his fix. But what I see is just we still have this vast criminal underworld. We still spend way too much money on it. There's still an international war going on. And yeah, I'm very glad that we don't chase after users, but these problems are far from being solved. So that's kind of what's been going on here. Please, if you haven't, then please subscribe. And yeah, sorry you have to wait a little bit for those other videos, but I'm gonna upload a couple just sitting here. I think this is just good for like back and forth discussion, get to know each other, which is really great. And then my nice and polished videos that take me way too much time, they will come. They will come as soon as they're done, and I hope it's as soon as possible. I think like this week or next week, you know, something like that. All right, see you.